and done that which is evil in thy sight. Therefore, thy sentence is justified. Now he goes on in the same psalm and makes the statement, I will teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners will return to thee. So we have to find out what David found out. He could only sin against God. There is no one else to sin against. For the whole vast world is myself pushed out. I'm not playing the part against man. I'm playing against my essential being, that is God. So against thee and thee only have I sinned, and done that which is evil in thy sight. I know. You only started. So here, you and I must learn what he means by teaching transgressors the ways of God, that sinners will return to him. Well, let us start with a story that I got in the mail yesterday from Santa Barbara. He said, I went to my sister's home for dinner with my niece and her husband Al. And Al was full of confusion and self-condemnation, blaming the entire world of Caesar for his misfortunes. Then we sat down to dinner. Before that I said to myself, should I interfere? And I thought, no. Should I use my imagination to change his and put him into a better state for my niece's sake? And I said to myself, no. That doesn't seem fair. Why should I interfere with him? Let him, if he's enjoying this sort of confusion, let him enjoy it. Each to his own choice. It seems like I'm interfering with his choice. So as we sat down, the conversation continued in the same vein. Then came my opening, my chance. And I said to him, you know, Al, I know who you are. He said to me, or rather he said to my sister, what's wrong with her? She has known me since I have been a kid. Now she knows who I am. And then the sister said, to break that little spell, well, you see, she goes to Neville's lectures. Well, that didn't in any way comfort or in any way clarify the picture. Again, this lady says, I still say, I know who you are. And then her niece, who loved her dearly, said, she means, and then I interrupted. And I said, I mean that I know that you are God, dreaming that you are Al. And if you stop dreaming that you are Al, not only Al would not be here, but Al would not exist. But now in your present dream, you're wearing a hair coat. And you lined it with atheism. Well, if that's what you want, wear it and continue in the dream. But I'm only telling you, I know who you are. And that was the end of her little speech at dinner. She said, that night, I had a dream. I was in a mountain home, my own home, way up in the mountains. And I went to the door. As I opened the door, there you stood. But it was only your head. It was you, it was Neville. But the body was Al. The same stance. He was small of stature. It was not built as you're built, but it was your face, your head. And you had a white dress in your hand that you brought for me, that you brought my robe. And I said, oh, I intended coming to get it myself. Why did you go to all this trouble? And you say, in your own voice, it wasn't any trouble. And then you gave me this white robe. And then I went in with the robe, and when I came back, you were gone. But in your place stood a lady, dressed in white. She had a package in her hand, and she said, Neville asked me to give you this. And she began to open the package. As she opened the package, there was this solid gold, almost flat, semi-flat, solid gold flat, twice the size of a silver dollar, but still could be worn with a chain around the neck. On one side, there was definitely some design. Then she turned it over in her hand, and I noticed that it was inscribed. And she said to me, Neville wanted me to tell you that this name that he has written on the back of this plaque is not the name by which you are addressed, but this is the name he wants to give you. I tried to read it, and at that moment I awoke. Now here is the story of the 51st Psalm. I will now teach the trespassers thy way. If I know the way, I'll teach the trespassers, and then sinners will return to thee. For sinning simply means missing the mark.